Well, hi everybody, it's Richard Knight here. This is my new video on the DJI Phantom 4 drone. I just got this and been practicing with it. Make sure you watch in 4K. Look at that spectacular footage. This is Mission Park in the sunny Okanagan. Just heading across the trees here, put the brakes on a little bit. I don't want to hit that tree. I'm just learning how to do this. So I thought I'd maybe go a little higher and a little slower. You get such a nice look. Autumn's a beautiful time of the year. Look at that, isn't that beautiful? The sun is behind me. It's just over my left shoulder here, or over the left shoulder of the drone. A little bit of playground practice here. I thought this might be kind of cool, you know, when you're sort of looking at an object, but there was a couple of kids around, so I was a little bit cautious. But if you move slowly, it's not a big deal. Now here's a nice takeoff. Notice that there's a kind of a shutter, that the sun is at the top left corner, and so it causes a bit of a shadow with the props. There I am with my little Honda Fit. Coming along. The sun's behind us, so there's no shutter. Put the brakes on. Oh, and here there was this guy riding a bike, and I thought, okay, I'm gonna pretend I'm in a movie here and doing this cool pan. So here we go. I guess I can't go just quite fast enough sideways, but it's still pretty good. But then I can pan around slowly, and I mean, you know, you could use this for movie making. Well, here's where I went over top of Gordon Avenue, taking a little bit of a chance. My wife wasn't really happy when I told her about this. I guess she's right. This thing could drop out of the sky, but I mean, geez, you know, you just got to try this stuff, you know. Anyway, it was kind of cool. I was up high enough, nobody even knew that it was happening. So let's back up a little bit and look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Look how crystal clear that is. There's the H2O Center. That's the big swimming pool in town. We've got a little more flutter happening here again because of the sun. The sun's over at the right this time. But see, if you nose down a little bit, then, well, you know, physics rules, man. Like there's no shutter anymore. I was a little bit afraid to land on the roof, you know, like I should have, but maybe next time. That would be kind of cool to actually land on the roof and then take off again. So now I feel like I'm flying. I mean, I actually am. I'm flying. I've always wanted to fly. This is kind of like a makeshift soccer pitch, which is open all year round. It's kind of cool. Sometimes I pan too fast. It kind of looks kind of stuttery. I mean, 4K. I mean, those are pretty big files. So here I think I hit return to home. And away she came. I kind of lost track of the drone, and I had to hit the button, and then she came back into view. So that was lucky. Descending down. I have this set as landscape for photos and for video. The video is set on vibrant, so you can see how vibrant it is. And speaking of photos and video, one thing whoa! I came a little bit too close to that tree. I didn't realize that until actually I had done this afterwards. It's kind of hard to tell. I'm just using an iPhone. I think maybe I need to get an iPad. Anyway, what I did was I took a videograph from 4K as a photo, and it was spectacular. It's like 105 megabytes. It's way better than the 12 megapixel JPEGs, or no, you can do RAW pictures. But I mean, just taking a videograph from 4K was just amazing. So that's something I learned. I was pretty happy about. Now look at this. Look how fast that rises. You know, and I guess I didn't go to as far as I could go. I could go to 400 feet, which is, I mean, really? I mean, I don't need to go any further. Look at that lake in the background. I mean, the clarity of this camera, this tiny little camera on this drone is just amazing. Can't believe it. So now we descend a little bit and See, I gotta do those turns a little slower. Kind of bugs the eyes. This one I'm going at like a 45-degree angle. So I got my stick kind of like, you know, at 10 o'clock. That's kind of cool. That worked. And here's like a regular takeoff. Got down nice and low, and then we go up. I mean, think of the applications for this, for like commercial marketing, that kind of stuff, or even shooting movies. And this is amazing, man. This is fantastic. Look at that. Look at that freaking picture. And there's the H2O again, kind of backing up. I mean, I could reverse this and then go forward. No, of course, I guess you'd see the cars in the back. And so here's out at Orchard Greens and Harvest Golf Course. Now, just like I'm raising this up, I think I went up to the very, very top, and my phone said to me, "This is it. You've reached the maximum altitude." So I went up to, I think it said like 109 meters, so it's about like 400 feet. And that's where it is. Pretty amazing, pretty spectacular. So we go, as soon as we go forward a little bit, so I think I'm really booting it. That's why you see the props in the top right there. If you're lower to the ground and you go a little slower and you nose it down, you're going to get rid of those props. So it's really not a huge problem. You just kind of remember it when you're actually going for footage. You know, you want to have a fairly nice, you know, slow pan anyway. And if you are going to boot it, then just nose it down a little bit at like a sharper angle. And here's that's just turning the machine. That's just turning the drone. I got to work on that, I think, and just kind of try a little slower pans. But this is up pretty high. Pretty spectacular looking footage, I think. No doubt about that. I think I could probably feel like diving right into that lake. Anyway, that's it. See ya. Go buy one. It's a blast.